Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen here in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado. My name is Jerry Lucia and I'm really excited about this dessert week because I have a really neat dessert that I would love to show all you women out there, and men of course, and the Real Women of Philadelphia challenge that we're doing using the ever popular Philadelphia cream cheese. What it is a chocolate raspberry swirl mini cheesecakes, and they're a no-bake cheesecake, so they are so easy to make. Even my kids love to put these together, and of course they love to eat them even more. So let's get started. I'm really excited about this. First off, we're going to go ahead and use an 8-ounce bar here of the Philadelphia cream cheese, and I'm going to add a cup of sugar to that, and we're just going to whip this all together. I love using my little handy dandy blender here, a little hand mixer. And I like to get in there in the nooks and crannies of the bowl. That's why I love to use the hand mixer here. Just a little bit, try not to splatter it everywhere, but sometimes that happens and that's fine. And what's really nice about these cheesecakes, they're very creamy, they're very smooth, they're a very different texture from the French cheesecake, which has a very firm, thick consistency. And then there's what's called the New York style, actually is the heavier one, and then the French style is the light and fluffy. And this is very creamy, very smooth. This is going to be really different and nice. Okay, I think that is good right there. We'll pull that off. And the next thing to go in, basically, is I put in about a cup of non-whipped dairy. You know, the whipped topping you can buy, it's frozen, but have it thawed. And that just goes right in there with that. And then I like to add maybe about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of good old vanilla. That always goes really nice in your cheesecakes. And then of course some good old fresh lemon juice, just a little splash in there, give a little citron taste. And then we just go ahead and blend that in one more time. What's fun about these cheesecakes is they can be served two different ways, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that when we're finished baking these. They're fun for kids, and then they're fun for more of a little decadent dessert for a nice summer gathering, especially because we're going to be using some fresh fruit on top. So that's going to be really, really nice. All right, I'm going to go a little higher here, and I think we're done. That's how simple it is. Okay, I like my hand mixer. I do. I like using that a lot better than the other style. Okay, what I've done here is the crust is going to be a macaroon cookie. And what you want to get is, you can make your own macaroons. They're very, very simple. But you want them to be very soft and pliable because that's going to be our crust for the base of this cheesecake. So I just take a little bit of the macaroon cookie, flatten it out, and like I said, you can make your own. Or you can go to the store. The supermarket does have a brand that puts out a really nice soft macaroon cookie that can be used. I'm just going to make a few here for you so you can get the idea how to build them and see how easy they are to put together. Lots of fun. Like I said, the kids can join in the kitchen with something like this. Okay, so there we have some crust. I'm going to go ahead and just build a half a dozen. And this recipe will make a dozen for you in all the ingredients that I'm telling you about. See the consistency? It's nice and creamy. You want to go ahead and just put about, let's say, a tablespoon or so down in the cup right on that macaroon cookie. Ooh, I got a lot in that one, but that's okay. That is not a problem. Put a little bit more over here. You only want to fill these about halfway right now because we're going to do a little layering with a nice raspberry puree that also is something so simple to make, and I do like to make that the night before. That way it can be refrigerated and it gets a little bit better of a consistency to work with. Okay, so here's my raspberry puree. I love to get these little ketchup mustard bottles that you use for the summer for picnics. These are perfect because they have a nice little tiny spout. You don't really need a lot of raspberry puree. You just want to do a couple little drops on each one because this is the center of the cheesecake basically. It's going to go right in there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and top them off with some more of this nice creamy batter for a cheesecake. Now the puree is so easy to put together. What I do is I take for this recipe, I'd say about 12 ounces of frozen raspberries, but have them thawed, and you just go ahead and boil them up with about a cup to a cup and a half in sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, just depending how sweet you want that raspberry puree to be. But that's plenty of sugar for that. And then you let them boil really good for about 10 minutes. Then you just go ahead and strain out the juice, and you will have more than enough. You really will, because it's a very strong juice, and it has enough flavor just to put a few droplets. Okay, so there we go. I just have that on there. And we're going to do a little bit more of the raspberry puree. Just sprinkle it on. Little droplets. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to make a design because we're going to do a little fun swirl with this. A little bit stuck there. Piece of a seed, I'm guessing. Whoa, there we go. Little seed gets stuck in there. And then I just do a little squiggle of chocolate, just ever so slight. That's all you need. Just right on the top of these. Okay, there we go. The kids love to do this. It's like finger painting. Then we take a fork, and this is their favorite part. We just do a swirl with the two different colors, and each one is different. Each one is a work of art on its own. There we go. Look how simple those are. Basically, they're done. I just take some nice fresh raspberries, and they're really in season right now. It's wonderful. You go to the supermarkets, and there's blackberries, there's raspberries and blueberries. Oh, it's so fun to see all the great fruits coming through. Okay. Just top them. And there you have it, believe it or not. What I like to do with these, I know I've only done just a few. Here's a nice display for you. I like to refrigerate these for at least 4 hours because it is a creamy textured cheesecake. Like I said, unlike the French style or the New York style, this is a style all its own. But you do want to maybe refrigerate them, like I said, for up to 4 hours or even more than that, depending on how firm you want them. And what I like to do is, the kids love this. You give them a spoon and they just dive in. Absolutely love them. These are great for kids' parties. They enjoy them thoroughly. Or, like I said before, there is a nice way to do a little decadent dessert. And what I like to do, I put it on a nice plate, take a little bit of the chocolate, and I just run it over the whole plate. I think we're okay now with that. And I run a little bit of the raspberry over it, and there you have it. Beautiful, I think a beautiful summer dessert for a party. I think that looks great. Well, you know what, folks? I'm going to have to try it. I will let you know how it tastes. Very creamy, very delicious. And this is plenty because it's a nice sweet flavor with the macaroon and cheesecake filling and the sauces. This is just plenty of flavor. It's wonderful. Really good. Well, I hope you enjoyed my dessert making tonight. I'm having a great time. And I will see you again in my kitchen another time with another recipe. And please do try to make these because they are great. They're really delicious. Good night now.